I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're probably not eating enough nutrients. Like your brain and your body, your muscles starving, because we live in a catabolic world. What does catabolic mean? There are like two major switches of the nervous system. The body is building anabolic, or it's breaking down catabolic. Fascinating. One of the hallmarkers of cancer is hypercatabolism, increased catabolic state. Something I was thinking about. Sorry. Background radiation. Our ancestors have never faced this radiation before. Radiation, ionizing radiation, strips an electron away from the cell. It depletes us. It increases our basal metabolic rate. Our ancestors have never experienced this kind of radiation that we're experiencing. What am I holding right here? I'm holding the amino acids, nutrients. I hope this is upright for you. Why do we eat? Why do we eat? What's our body made of? What's muscle made of? Our muscle is amino acids. Our food is amino acids. Our bones, everything, our cells. We need the essentials. You're not eating enough nutrients. If you're not getting B vitamins in, if you're not getting animal proteins in some of the time, like how are you going to keep up with this catabolic world? And look, okay, I wrote up at the top the two sides, catabolic and anabolic. And normally, so I also have a sun and a moon on here, okay? And they're kind of on opposite sides because technically when we go in the sun, we become catabolic. Why? Catabolic, cortisol, catabolic, cortisol. Okay, that's how you can remember it. But both of these things, they're like interchangeable. They're flippy floppy. So if I experience sunlight, I'm going to experience an increased resting state. If I experience a good resting state, my glasses are fogged up because I literally hopped right out of the shower and came here. If I have a good resting state, I'm insulin sensitive the next day. I'm doing wakeful hormones better. I'm not pre-diabetic the next day because I didn't get good rest at night. Nutrients. Dr. Rhonda Patrick talks about how when we get one short night of sleep and we're pre-diabetic, we can get some creatine in, and creatine can knock the effects of this pre-diabetic state. That's crazy. That's crazy. Right? So I'm in the shower and I'm like, you're not eating enough nutrients. How are you going to survive this catabolic apocalypse? Epidemic. It's so important. The cell needs to feel safe. It doesn't feel safe when it doesn't have what it needs. The brain is taking 20 to 30% of your energy per day. How are you supposed to have a working memory, a working cerebellum, all this energy? How are you supposed to have all this energy without eating the things that we need, those amino and fatty acids? Just had that passion in my heart. Just had to bring this up. You gotta protect your lighthouses. You really have to. Otto Warburg talked about how every secondary cause of any cancer is a disturbance of the mitochondria, the lighthouses, the energy, the powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria. This is serious stuff. I'm serious about this stuff. Mitochondria have their own DNA. They can replicate themselves. They love sunlight. They love exercise. They also love when you say sweet things to yourself and you believe in yourself. You believe in your immune function and your ability to heal and grow and strengthen your body. They love that. They love that sweet talk. Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. Since they have their own DNA, they can override the nuclear genome that you have. All that. It grows in my family. It doesn't grow in your family. It grows in your habits and your environment. And we know this very well. I'm serious. So anyway, you probably need some more nutrients. You definitely need rest. Well, it's hypercatabolic state, right? If I'm pre-diabetic, the body is so smart. Well, I was thinking about this in the shower too. We gain weight, our body gains weight to protect us. That's why we gain weight, because we feel unsafe. The body surrounds us. You know how, like, when you have food in your fridge, you feel safe? You know, when you have a roof over your head, you feel safe. It's a sense of comfort. When the body's stressed out, puts weight around itself, weight in the midsection, right? I'm gonna put weight around my visceral organs, my most important organs in my body. Let me put fat around them so I can feel safe. But it's false sense of security. And I know about false sense of security. I was thinking about this in the shower. I'm a twin. I know about false sense of security. I believe, I know I came here to this earth packaged up with somebody else who I love so much. False sense of security. I always feel like I have somebody there because I do. And it's very special, and I highly recommend it. And we've been so mad at each other, we've not talked to each other for months at a time. And that's just how long-term relationships go. You make up, you grow. Sometimes you hate each other. But it's all good, it's beautiful. That's my short twin experience. But false sense of security, the body puts on this fat because it's trying to prepare, because it's in a famine state. I'm famished. Why does the cell think that it's famished? Because it doesn't have what it needs. Doesn't have enough nutrients, doesn't have enough rest, doesn't have enough sunlight to do its best. So every morning when you wake up, you're setting this biochemical cascade. You're deciding, how do I want to feel today? And you're not always going to be successful. You're going to make your mistakes, but it's okay. It's all good. But you got this. Remember who you work for. I talk a lot about on here divorce and dementia, and the ability, something I've been thinking about a lot. I'm probably going to make another video about this. The ability to reflect and correct healing. To be reflective. To have a working memory, to go back and not overanalyze, but to contemplate why you may have done the things that you've done in the past. What sparked my decision, right? We're talking about cravings, right? Why did I go ball out on that bag of muffins? Or whatever it is for you. Ben & Jerry's ice cream for me in the past. What made me do that? Well, I had cravings. Why did I have cravings? Was my hunger hormone elevated? Did I not get enough nutrients in the day to make my body feel satisfied? But reflect. To reflect, when we have dementia, we lose our memory center. The hippocampus is called the memory center in the brain. It has really connected with the cerebellum. Muscle motor coordination, little brain Latin, glucose uptake, blood sugar uptake, autonomic nervous system controller, cerebellum, powerhouse of the brain. If the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, the cerebellum is the powerhouse of the brain. Incredible, beautiful, so gorgeous. Disordered desires. Why do I crave the things I've craved if I don't have what I need, enough of what I need? This is the part when you let go. I'm just reading down some quotes I have those here. Does our light come from the same place, you and me? Our light comes from the same place because we are made of the same things. There are different things that excite each individual, but our light, sunlight, food, breath. Let the door open for you. Let the light in. There is no need to get what you already have. Divorce and dementia. A divorcing from the self. You know, A Course in Miracles, I think A Course in Miracles was written about dementia. I'm not going to lie to you. I really want to tell you the truth. I really think this. And I'm going to try and think that through some more. The ability to reflect is so powerful. Don't waste it because one day we don't have it. And some people call it rumination, going back and thinking about things. You don't have to stay stuck in the past. It's so powerful to reflect. I really truthfully believe this because I am like obsessed. I'm obsessed with the body, and it's something that I reflect on a lot. And reflecting on it helps me to learn the material better. It helps me to get a better understanding of the grasp of how everything works together, so you can do the same thing with yourself and going through your moments of the day and going through, how did I do this day today? Did I do what I wanted to do today? Do I feel energized? And then what do I want my day to look like tomorrow? Your memory center is so powerful. Divorce and dementia. That's all I wanted to say. I have to go to sleep. I've got to get some rest. I've been staying up so late because it's been so fun. And I love this new space that I'm in. I can just stare at my lava lamp. I can just stare at it for hours. Always trying to get somewhere when there's nowhere to go but inside. When your heart is calm, your mind is silent. The purpose is to help you remember. Can your diet help you heal from self-betrayal? Can minerals, sodium, potassium, zinc, calcium, taurine, carnitine, can these help you heal from self-betrayal? We'll talk about that more. Is patience powered by the mitochondria? I would say yes. What about trust and the ability to remain open? Because the world would rather you hide in your shell. You're so strong when you let your heart open, you keep it open, and you share things that touch your heart. You are so beautiful. Let yourself get through it. Let yourself get through this time. This too shall pass. Alright, I'm going to sleep. I love you so much. You're so beautiful. Remember, you don't see yourself accurately when you look in the mirror. You're just a little spirit of light. You're going to be all right. You got a bunch of muscle and protein on your body. So remember where your light comes from. Protein protects your light. Alright, gotta go. Catch you later.